Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we're talking glycolic acid. Glycolic acid is one of the highest strength, most potent exfoliating acids on the market. It's also one of the most popular, hyped, and viral skincare ingredients, with people claiming it can tackle acne and acne scarring, it can eliminate hyperpigmentation and discoloration, help treat fine lines and wrinkles, and of course, smooth out the skin for an all-over more luminous complexion. Who doesn't want that? Well, I jumped on the glycolic acid bandwagon 3 years ago, and since then I've learned so much. And that's what I want to share with you in this video, ultimately letting you know why I no longer use glycolic acid in my skincare routine. So sit back, relax, and let's talk all things glycolic acid. Now, before we get into this, I have the world's biggest caveat to just share and say this is based on my own experiences, and everyone's experiences with ingredients and products will be totally different. We always need to be mindful of doing what's right for our skin. Our skin is unique, and that's all part of what makes us fabulous as human beings. So just because one product doesn't work for me, it doesn't mean that it won't work for you, and vice versa. I would love for you to sound off in the comment section below with your experiences with glycolic acid, good or bad. What are your favourite products with that ingredient in? Let me know in the comment section. And while you're down there, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, a like, because honestly, it supports me and the channel so much. I also want to disclose that I used to be the #1 fan of glycolic acid. I spoke about it positively in so many videos when early days of starting this channel. I think sometimes content creators, we can get red to fill for changing our minds, but you know what? This is human nature, and I respect you guys enough to actually say where I've changed my mind, where my opinion has evolved, or I know something new. I want to share that with you, and I never think we should be ashamed or afraid of changing our minds or updating our perspective on things, which is what I want to do today. So, glycolic acid. Let's start with what is it? Well, it's an AHA, alpha hydroxy acid, used to exfoliate the skin. The idea is it breaks down, it melts the bonds that are holding the dead skin cells onto the vibrant, glowing skin beneath. This can help to increase cellular turnover, to eradicate hyperpigmentation and acne scarring. It can bring back some volume to the skin to help tackle fine lines and wrinkles, and it also can help to decongest the skin, which means you're less likely to be prone to breakouts and blackheads. It's a really powerful ingredient though, because of its molecule size, which is relatively small. It can do quite a penetrative exfoliation, which means it's not always the best ingredient to reach for if you're quite sensitive, prone, or you've had any redness in the skin. It's derived from sugarcane, meaning most of the lactic acids on the market are vegan compatible if you're living a plant-based lifestyle. And I think just about every skincare brand now has a glycolic acid-based exfoliator in their routine. So you're probably sat there thinking, okay, with all that being said, why are you not reaching for it day in, day out? And that's because over my period of using glycolic acid for the past 3 years, I've read a little bit more about it, and I've also understood how it interacts with my skin. And there's a couple of things I want to call out. First and foremost, whilst glycolic acid has a relatively small molecule size, meaning it can be a little bit more penetrative and do a deeper exfoliation than some other chemical exfoliants out there, that isn't always necessarily a good thing. My skin is a little bit more sensitive prone. Nothing too shocking, nothing too bad, but I'm just aware from listening to my skin that I'm a little bit more sensitive than I used to be. I wanted to tackle that, and so I started to eliminate certain ingredients from my skincare routine to try and do a trial and error and really pinpoint down what the issue could be. When I eradicated glycolic acid, around a month later, I noticed that my skin was less sensitive. It was less redness prone, and whilst these things never really bothered me, it was something that I wanted to nip in the bud because I didn't want it to get worse as I got older. Glycolic acid, because of its molecule size, can be the most sensitizing of all of the chemical exfoliators out there, as you definitely need to be mindful of that. Glycolic acid can also be one of the most drying alpha hydroxy acids. That's because unlike its counterpart in the alpha hydroxy family, lactic acid, it isn't also a humectant. Lactic acid will draw moisture and retain it in the skin, whereas glycolic acid can actually remove some of that alongside some of the oils that sit within our skin. For some people that could be great. If you have excess oil, if you're acne prone, removing some of the oils isn't always a bad thing, and this is one of the main reasons I reached for it in the first place. However, I did notice as I used glycolic acid quite frequently that my skin was getting drier and drier. Some of that is down to the frequency that I was using it, and honestly I think I was over exfoliating and overusing the ingredient, which isn't the ingredient's fault, that's totally down to me. But even when I pared that back and reduced its usage, the day after I'd used a glycolic acid exfoliation, I definitely found that my skin was on the drier side. And I've just discovered other exfoliants that I'm going to come on to later in the video that don't do that and yet still give the amazing results that I crave. The final issue I have with glycolic acid is the concentration and the frequency. Again, this isn't a problem with the ingredient itself, it's the formulations that are available to us, the consumer. So if you read any of the scientific studies, they usually point to glycolic acid being most efficacious and most beneficial for our skin in around a 3 to 6% concentration. concentration. If you then compare that to the products that are on the market, you see glycolic acids in concentrations of upwards of 20%, 30%. This is a Revox, which is the one that I was using till I eliminated it, and this is a 20% concentration. That is 3 times what scientific studies have shown to be most efficacious, whilst also minimizing drying, sensitivity, peeling, and irritation. And so with brands saying to us, stronger is better, this is often what's all that's available to us on the market, and it can be really difficult to find a low strength glycolic acid that you want to use day in, day out. We then come on to the frequency. Glycolic acid was never meant to be used every single day. I started because I reached for the ordinary glycolic acid toning solution, which is advertised as being suitable for a daily use. Whilst it's on the lower strength compared to some other brands, such as this Revox one, I still think it's a too high concentration to use on most skin types every single day. But because brands are telling us that's okay, we tend to use too high a strength too frequently, which again just causes some problems. Also, as human beings, we like to get into a routine. We like our skincare routine to be the same every single day. We don't want to have to mix in and out certain ingredients each day, depending on what day of the week it is, which means a lot of people just reach for the glycolic acid every day. If you want to do that, I just think there are better exfoliating acids out there that are more gentle, so will allow you to use them on a daily basis. And this is kind of what I want to come on to in this portion of the video. Around 6 months ago, I phased out my glycolic acid use and I switched to this. This is the ordinary lactic acid 10%. They also do it in a 5% concentration if you have very sensitive skin, which I like, giving that consumer choice. Since using this, and honestly, I was skeptical. I wasn't one of these people that said, yeah, glycolic acid is dead to me, I'm all about the lactic. It took a lot of convincing me to switch away from glycolic to this. When I did, I was at first a bit underwhelmed. I thought, no, I don't think this is doing for me. And then around the 1 month point, the luminosity kicked in and I thought, wow, since switching up, my skin is so much more glowing. It's so much luminous. I don't have that dryness. I don't have that irritation that I was getting. And just all around, this is so much a better product than what was available and what I could get from glycolic acid. If you read the studies, lactic acid is a humectant, like I said before, so it retains moisture in the skin rather than stripping it out like glycolic acid can. And our hydrated, the more hydration we have in our skin, the better our skin is able to be. The more healthy it's going to be, the more luminous it's going to be, and really these are all the things that we want to deliver from our skincare routine, and why I think lactic acid is just a better option. It's also got a larger molecule size, which means it's less penetrative, it's less likely to cause irritation and sensitivity, though you do need to be mindful of that concentration. I use this twice a week. If you want to use your lactic acid every single day, I'd probably reach for the 5% concentration, which I do think is a low enough strength that you could use it every single day, though of course patch test first and listen to what your skin's saying. Lactic acid is much more forgiving, much more hydrating, and honestly, I have been so impressed with the glow that I've got from including this. Absolutely love it. Since glycolic acid kind of took the world by storm, there's also been some other alpha hydroxy acids and other forms of exfoliators brought to the market. This is mandelic acid. This is in the Stratia Soft Touch AHA. This is a mandelic acid formulation, and mandelic acid has the largest molecule size. So if you want the polar opposite to glycolic acid, mandelic is it. It's going to deliver you a really gentle, slow exfoliation, and sometimes slowly and gradually to get those results in the longer term is the best way forward, and I would totally recommend this. We also have polyhydroxy acids, which are also hydrating and large molecules, so again, delivering all the great benefits without having to reach for the stripping and drying that you can get from glycolic acid. One of the things I'm loving at the moment is multiple acids blended together in the same product. I think brands are really cottoning on to this, and it's an emerging trend in skincare. Why have the benefits of just one acid when you can blend multiples together to get multiple benefits? When it comes to these multi-acid formulations, honestly, Geek and Gorgeous is where it's at. They have some beautiful multi-acid exfoliators. Their Calm Down Serum is stunning. One of the most gentle exfoliators on the market, but delivering so many great benefits. But check out their exfoliators, which I've linked below, because I would say of all of the multi-active formulations, the hands down, the absolute best. In this video, I just wanted to draw out why I still think it's fine to use glycolic acid, and if you're getting great results, continue to use it. Do what's right for your skin. But I don't think we should be a slave to one specific ingredient. And for me, that ingredient that I was literally sticking rigidly to without budging was glycolic acid. And as soon as I've mixed it up, I've decided I can get better results from gentler ingredients. And sometimes that softly, gentle approach is where it's at, to minimize sensitivity and redness, but to maximize the results in the long term. Hopefully this has just shared my updated thoughts and opinions on glycolic acid, but I'd encourage you to share yours below in the comment section. Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, I love your skin. Take care. Bye.